Yo, what's going on, buddy? This is Dylan Talk Sports. My name is Dylan. In today's video, what I'm going to be doing is I'm a Cavs fan. I'm going to react to Donovan Mitchell. If you have not heard the news, he signed his contract extension to a 3-year, $150.3 million extension. Now, on one side, I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm like, thank God. I saw the post from Donovan Mitchell on his Instagram story, and I was like, this is fucking incredible. But then on the other side, our ESPN Cleveland sports fan, Brian Windhorst, he kind of started laying out the foundation and kind of made us realize basically all this is a 2-year, maybe 3-year extension to build and develop and make this team get to the finals. Now, the reason why I say this is because now the player option that was going to be for next season, we still have him under contract for this season. We have him under contract for next season. We're then going to have him under contract for the next season, and then there's a player option. We cannot extend him, and he won't sign any extension within these next 3 years. He's going to let these 3 years run out. The player option is going to come, but then there's a little bit of some interesting news that we could possibly get into in today's video. Now, I'm going to break it all down. As always, all information you're going to be seeing on screen, from the news to all different articles and tweets that I'm going to be putting up on screen, I'll have links to it all down description below underneath where it says info. So if you want to check it out for yourself, feel free. But I'm going to go ahead and get straight into this. If you're going to enjoy it, as always, make sure you're going to drop a like on today's video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. But without further ado, let's get into it. Now, first up, let's talk about the contract itself. I am happy that it's signed, and a lot of people, myself included, we were debating. We were like, is he going to sign back? Is he going to happen? He signed it. $150.3 million is what it comes out to. It's got a player option for the 2027-2028 season. Now, as you can see here from what it says in this little paragraph, and I'll kind of highlight it here. It says here he now has a chance to reach the 10-year league service. If you guys do not know how this works, in the NBA, there's like a 10-year thing. There's like all these different rules for how you can kind of get more money on your contracts. When you get to 10 years in the NBA, you can be eligible for like giant supermaxes. You can get it's like a 30 to 35% pay raise that you can kind of get with your contract. So basically right now, if he were to get to this 2026-2027 season, he plays it out. 2027-2028 season is a player option. He declines it. And what they're saying is, and I'll show you here better real quick. As you can see here from Bobby Marks, NBA analyst or NBA like front office executive like analyst, he says here, and he explains it very well. We're gonna have Donovan Mitchell for this season right now, 2024-2025. It's usually was supposed to be the player option. Now it's gonna be part of his 3-year extension. So we're gonna have him for this season. We're gonna have him for next season. We're gonna have him for the year after that. And then he's going to have his player option. Now, from what I've heard from what Brian Windhorst said on First Take, is that if he were to accept that player option, that is bad news for the Cavs. Like, I realize you want to live in the reality of like, hey, we got him for 3 years. Let's be happy and enjoy it for now. But we have to look at it in big picture of in the future as well, of what could possibly happen. If Donovan Mitchell declines that option, that's a good sign, because then, as it says here, he will be at that 10-year threshold. And it's like right here. Some people wonder why he's not 4 years and why is 3 years not 4 years, because he would then have that 10-year threshold. He can decline the player option, and it says here a player with 10 years of service can sign or extend for 35% of the salary cap. The projected max in 2027-2028 is $65.5 million. And it says here in July of 2026, so at that point, if he wanted to go ahead and sign, then he could, or he can just wait. He can decline that player option, and then he can play at the 2026-2027 season. He can decline that player option, and then he can come back. And I think this number is right from this comment here. 5 years, $380 million. I think that's correct from what I saw on First Take. I believe it was like $360 million. Correct me in the comments. I might be wrong on that. Everybody's throwing around a different number, so I'm trying to figure out which one's the real number. Now, when it comes to all the haters that are going to be like, Donovan didn't really want to be there. He's just settling for now. No, he wanted to be there because, as you see from his post, he went to Wolf of Wall Street and pulled out the clip of Leonardo DiCaprio saying, I'm not fucking leaving. And then he posted an Instagram story of him kind of driving. I think he was leaving his camp that he's been at for the past couple weeks. I forget where it was. Him doing his like little youth camp. And it was fun. Kenny Atkinson was there. Kobe Altman was there. A lot of the Cavaliers were there. So it kind of gave us like hope that he was going to resign. And now that we see all these stories coming out from Donovan Mitchell, it seems like he wanted to be in Cleveland. Now, last little thing I want to talk about the Cavaliers. We're going to have to talk about this team in general. We now have Donovan Mitchell under contract. Darius Garland's under contract. Kenny Atkinson said he's going to get these two to work together. Will Garland be traded? I don't know yet. Evan Mobley is possibly going to sign his extension this year. I've heard news that he could possibly wait till next season to sign it. It's going to be the same number either way, but whenever he signs it, so be it. Donovan Mitchell has, I guess, kind of spoken. He's more through stories on Instagram and Twitter about him wanting to keep Jared Allen, so maybe the core four will stay together. We still got Karis LeVert, we still got Max Strus, Isaac Okoro. They put a restricted free agent contract out there, so if a team wants to top the contract, they can, but I feel like Okoro might be coming back to us. A lot of the pieces for our team are still going to be with us, so that is a good thing. The problem I have with the Cavs is we need to add something to our team. We need something. As you can see here at the time recording this, we are currently on July 2nd. These are all the free agents that are still kind of available. It's July 2nd at 12:28 p.m. These are all the free agents that are still available. Now the Cavs are not going to be able to go after some of these big time dudes. Like I don't think Gordon Hayward's going to be a guy on their list. Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan, Buddy Hield. None of these guys are going to be really on their list. But if they could come down here to the bottom and they could try to get maybe like a Kyle Anderson, maybe a James Wiseman, Alex Burks. We know Coral, like I said, is going to possibly come back. As it says here, he's a first restricted free agent. So if a team decides to top that contract, they can have him. Maybe we get risky and we go after like a Patrick Beverly, get an aggressive defensive guy on our team. I just feel like I look at all these teams in the NBA free agency. The Thunder have been going crazy. The 76ers have been going crazy. The Mavericks got Klay Thompson. Like, we need to do something. Now, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up by saying this. I think Donovan Mitchell signing back is a huge, huge thing. It's like a weight off of our shoulder. We've had a couple of dominoes I've been saying for the past few months about what do the Cavaliers need to do. The coach and Donovan Mitchell's extension. So far, check and check are done. We got our coach. We got the extension for Donovan Mitchell. Now comes the really fun part. And I say fun a little bit more sarcastically because it's more the boring part. Building and developing the team. The coach needs to get in there. He needs to start developing a system. Summer League's going to happen. The vets are still going to be kind of off doing whatever they do. They're still training. They're still getting back used to playing some basketball. Maybe they're on vacation. Who knows? But now it's ultimately up to Kenny Atkinson and Kobe Altman to maybe try to see if he can get some new pieces in there. If he can get some more pieces in there, get the guys that are already on the team, that he wants to be on the team, re-signed. And like I said, we got 3 years. 3 years to go. I think at the absolute worst, we need to get to an NBA Finals. Because if these 3 years go by and we don't get to an NBA Finals, if we don't even get to a conference finals, Donovan Mitchell's walking. Like, this team is too good to not get to at least the finals. The conference finals, excuse me. And if we can get to the finals, Mitchell might be able to look at this team and be like, hey, we were right there. And I'm looking here in free agency, and he'll go up to Kobe Altman. He might be able to be saying, like, yo, bro, I realize we might be running out a little bit of money, but go to Dan Gilbert and say, bro, go into that luxury tax just a little bit. Go get me this guy or this guy. Like, keep this roster we already have. And we are going to the finals next year, and I am getting us this chip. Because I saw somebody online talking about this, and they were like, Donovan Mitchell is like almost like the second coming of what LeBron James was in Cleveland. Donovan Mitchell is like taking over. LeBron James, he is like the god of Cleveland. Donovan Mitchell is like baby Jesus right now. Like, he is carrying our franchise, and it's not because he's forced to. It's because he wants to. Like, he wants to be in Cleveland. He's happy to be in Cleveland. And it's the first time in a while Cleveland fans have been able to look at a player and be like, you actually want to be in Cleveland? Oh, cool, great. Let's go win. But like I said, we got some dominoes falling. Coach hired, Mitchell hired. The rest, it's going to be a fun summer. That's all I'm going to say. But other than that, I think I'm going to wrap up there. Hopefully you guys did go and enjoy today's video. If you did enjoy it, as always, make sure you go and drop a like on today's video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. If you wanted to watch the entirety of today's video, thank you very much. And like I said, if you have an opinion, do you agree or disagree with anything I said? Do you think Donovan Mitchell made the right choice of signing back with the Cavaliers? Do you think he should have just said, screw that, I'm going to play the season out and then I'll decide next year? What do you think about the Cavaliers' thought process of trying to take their time with Donovan Mitchell? I thought they should have gotten this done a couple of days ago whenever free agency started. I was a little uneasy whenever it took this long. But like I said, I'm happy it's done. But like I said, whatever opinion maybe whenever it came to everything, go ahead and leave your complete opinion down in the comment section down below. You're more welcome to talk about it with you guys. If you're a fan of the content that I do post here and you want to go and hit that big red subscribe button, feel free to do so. And don't forget to hit that little notification bell. Be notified second to post. But without further ado, this has been Don't Talk Sports. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.